All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live with our end of day PulseWave report, and we're going to jump right into it. All right, so taking a look at our first chart, this is Litecoin. You can see that the market is starting to consolidate a bit up here at these levels. The bears are still in full control here, excuse me, on this particular one. So I think that we're going to continue to see more downside pressure as the days go by. Next up is XRP Ripple. So with XRP Ripple, you have it here. The bears are in control on this one as well. And we're having a lot of problems here at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. The market is having a lot of problems getting above the cloud, which is common, which is what we anticipated coming into the trading session. But the bears are still in control as long as price action remains below this Kumo cloud. It looks like any kind of a pop is going to be set up for the next drop. Looking at chain link, you will see here that this one remains in the bullish camp. The market is trying to get back to the top of the Kumo cloud and stage a comeback rally from there. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, the market is chugging along. We hit a new weekly high today. Maybe there's some hope for chain link after all. Looking at the euro, you'll notice that even though the euro is in the bear market, the bear market rally is continuing. So pull back a bit, narrow range day, not a lot going on, but the bulls still get the nod as long as the price action can remain above this Kumo cloud. I believe that the market's upside potential is pretty limitless at this point. Next up, going to look at the Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin and Ethereum are still both consolidated. All right, its price action is still below the Kumo cloud here on the algo charts. We do have a rally alert, though, for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The bottom of the Kumo cloud back up to about the 19 to 20,000 range is possible if a rally does ensue. Looking at Ethereum for tonight into Wednesday's trading, we don't have the rally alert, but we still have the bulls keeping the market elevated. Bottom of the Kumo cloud around the 1400 mark is the upside initial target if a rally ensues. As far as the US dollar index goes, well, you can see that here. It still remains bearish at this point. We just hit a new weekly low yesterday. Today was a narrow range day, setting up for another down day or another leg down. So this one is on alert for another leg lower. It looks like the dollar is still in free fall, even though it's kind of gliding right here. It is still in the free fall status until it's not. You're now bearish in this market. You have a short-term top in place. The market is topped out, and so now it's searching for the bottom, wherever that's going to be found. What about gold? Well, gold is still in a bear market, and the bear market rally has ended. You had this pop up here, and now here you go right here. You had this crash alert coming into today. I think the top of the Kumo cloud is now in play. I think the market's going to more than likely make a play for that 1700 target. So you're looking at a possible $63 drop coming in this market. It's been very difficult for gold to try to get out of this bear market, but the bears are in control at this time. Looking over to silver, you'll notice that silver is also in the same boat. You're in a bear market, and the market has now topped out. Bears are in control, and we got crash alerts galore. Looks like this market is on target to drop back down to the $19.50 per ounce level in silver. It is just one of those things. All right, so you want to know within on a 30-day type of a forecast. Well, let's go back to, I'll show you that. We'll start with the dollar. All right, so here is the weekly chart, the weekly algo chart on the dollar. And as you can see here, this market is on pace to pull back down to the 102, 10, let's call it 101. We see the dollar dropping to between the 102, 101 handle, which is the top of the Kumo cloud here on the weekly chart. You can see where the market topped out. This was your crash alert the week of October the 21st. And it's been down ever since. All right. You had flip-floppage here on this one on the week of November the 4th, only to set up for the next leg down, which you got. So the weekly chart is showing that the dollar is in free fall. So that hasn't changed. Looking at gold on the weekly time frame, let's go ahead and pull that up for you. All right, so on gold, on the weekly time frame, it's looking a little bit different. On the weekly, it's in a bull market, and the market it ran all the way up to the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which is the initial upside target, but it collapsed from there. And so far, we have a massive bullish pointer that is being put in here. So being that the market respected the bottom of the Kumo cloud like that, and then crashed back down on this weekly chart like that, that's normally not a good sign. So what will probably end up happening is the market's going to move sideways now, possibly come up here and test and fail at the bullish pointer. Very interesting. Now, it should be noted, too, that the bullish pointer from way back here on the week of March the 11th of this year has not been retested either. Now you're putting up another bullish pointer here. When you have it back to back like this, with these lower points, that usually spells a disastrous situation, meaning that the market cannot get back up. The Kumo cloud is a true resistance point, and you could see gold drop down south of 1600. I know I don't like being the bearer of bad news, but this is a range-bound bull market, right? You had this long, protracted sell-off after you hit the high, after you topped out, and then the market is trying to rally to get back, but it failed at the Kumo cloud, which is really serious. Can't be failing at the Kumo cloud like that. So 1900 seems to be the Achilles heel in gold right now. If they can get above that, then fine. But if not, I don't see the market, closing out the year and going into 2023 above 1900. All right. Anything can happen, but just right now, it's not looking like that's a possibility. We still got time. You got a month, but still not looking too good. All right. Switching over to the weekly on the silver. And you can see a lot more bearishness. So you're in a longer term consolidated bull market on the weekly algo chart in the silver as well. And again, you had this top here, and now you just topped out again. It didn't even get to touch the Kumo cloud like the gold did on its weekly chart. Instead, silver collapsed before it even got there. We got that crash alert, and the market is now ready to fall down again. So yes, anything can happen. You got time, but right now, time is against the market. You only got 30 days, and can it do it? I don't know. It's looking, it's not looking good. Can it happen? Yes. we trade off of the weekly and the daily charts. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Daily charts make weekly charts. All right, so weekly stretches it out, gives you a longer view, but the daily is what's telling you what's happening right now. And right now, the likelihood of, does this look like the market's trying to rally to you? No, this is selling. This is bearishness. All right. So yeah, it's not looking good. All right. What about the Dow? Well, looking at the diamonds, the DIA is the ticker. We had the crash alert coming into today. And what did we get? We got downside production. 315 is the top of the Kumo cloud, and that is the downside initial target. If this market builds up any momentum to the downside. Next up is, let's take a look at the Russell. IWM is the ticker. And you can see here, it's on top of the Kumo cloud and moving sideways with a bearish drift. So kind of, flatlining up here and just hugging the top of the Kumo cloud. But every day it does this, it's getting weaker and weaker, and it could just fall over the cliff. And if that happens at this juncture, we're looking at a free fall, meaning that it'll fall out of the cloud like lightning. And we can see a drop below 170 easily and taking out the 52-week lows. So the market is in jeopardy right now, looking at the Russell here. As far as the NASDAQ 100, we'll take a look at the QQQ, or the cubes, and you'll see the same situation. So it's weaker than the Russell because it's having its sideways to bearish action inside of the Kumo cloud. All right. And you had a crash alert coming into today, and you did get downside production today. And once again, this one, like the Russell, is threatening to fall outside the Kumo cloud and go into free fall. If that happens, you're looking at fresh new 52-week lows, ladies and gentlemen, coming in these stock indices. I know, ouch, right? And then to top it off, here's your S&P 500 by way of ticker SPY, or the SPOOs. All right, so you had a crash alert coming in today. You got that initial downside production. The top of the Kumo cloud is at $390 a share. Once again, the kind of formation it's setting up here on the algo chart, this one's threatening to fall off the cliff as well, and it can fall. This looks like a wide cloud, and it is, but with acceleration, it can cut through this thing in one day with one bar, fall right through here and gun and take out the 52-week low. Just get ready for the possibility and the probability of some vicious selling coming into these markets. All right, here is oil. The ticker here is OIH. So this one's had the crash alert. You had the new 52-week highs. Market tops out, and then it starts to drop. So this one here is in a correction mode as well. You got the short-term top in place. Top of the Kumo cloud is at $250 a share. You're at $299 now. So that's good for basically a 50-point drop coming up, possibility in oil. And it is in a bull market. Should make that notation as well, but anything can happen. Looking at the weekly chart for oil, and it looks a little something like this. So every time it gets up to these 300, we'll call it the 310s. Once it gets up here to the 310s, it gets spooky, and then the market quickly collapses. All right, you did it here, you collapsed. Tried it again, collapsed. Now you're trying it again, and you're collapsing. Top of the Kumo cloud on the weekly chart is around $260 a share. All right, so you're in a bear market here on the weekly algo chart in the oil, ticker OIH. So things are not looking so bullish on a lot of these markets. Finally, bonds, the long bond, ticker TLT. So here on this daily chart, you see inside the Kumo cloud, you got your back-to-back crash alerts. All right, so this one has a crash alert for tomorrow's trading. Bonds are threatening to fall outside the Kumo cloud and quickly. Again, this one could easily take out the 52-week lows as well. You were neutralized up here inside this cloud, but that has now come off and the bears have relocked in. So it's not looking very bullish. Now let's flip over to the weekly and we'll leave you with this one. The weekly chart is even more bearish. Now, yes, you got the green on the screen and consolidations coming into play here this week so far. But you can see you're still way below the Kumo cloud. So anything can happen. You hit a new weekly high, but that's about it. And the market is already starting to pull back. And this is a very narrow bar too. 103.80 is the top, 101.98 is the bottom. So you got a $2 trading range basically, which is nothing in this market. All right, nothing, absolutely nothing. But that's all you're getting, I guess, because of the holiday week last week and then coming into this week. So far, just not a lot of commitment on a lot of these too. A lot of these markets are technically at the crossroads, and the markets are just waiting for the next shoe to drop. To be honest with you, it's just really waiting for the next shoe to drop. Markets don't know what to believe. You got a lot going on. You got government reports coming out. You got Fed minutes tomorrow. You got the last FOMC December the 15th. So it's a lot going on in these markets. And when I say a lot going on, I mean it's a lot of economic uncertainty. The markets don't know what or who to believe. So they're just doing their thing. All right. So that being said, folks, this is why, I created the PulseWave reports, because these reports are key, and it's a key integral part of your, not just your day-to-day trading, but also for your investing. You're going to definitely want to take a look at your portfolios as the year end is rolling around, and you're going to want to know how your portfolio is not just performing or has performed for the year, but you're going to want to position yourself accordingly. You can, if you've been holding something that hasn't performed all year and doesn't have the propensity to do anything, then you're just wasting your money holding a security that is not moving. It's wood, it's dead. You could be putting that money to work in other securities that are trending, things that are breaking out, that are rallying and hitting new highs, or you could short some markets that are falling, that are in bear markets and crashing, rather than just holding on to a stock that you hope and pray will one day become the next Amazon or Google. All right. Okay, I see you. I'll do you a solid. I'll pull up that one real quick for you, and then I got to go. All right, OTIC is what you want to see. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. All right, so on this one is also a heavily consolidated security. It's pretty much flatline, not a lot going on. Doesn't look to have a whole bunch of data. Looks new also, but it's not moving at all. Just nothing happening on this one. As a matter of fact, let me just check something for you real quick. Oh, I don't know if you know, Quando, those securities that I looked up for you last night, I added those to the report. So you can go to your dashboard and you'll be able to pull those up now. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I did go ahead and add those to the report. And of course, this one's already on it, so you don't have to worry about it, but just want to let you know that. All right, folks. So this one, you see the rally alert on it. We had back-to-back, and then the market started moving up a bit. So it's trying to break out of that consolidation. So the bulls are trying to make this thing do something. The bottom of the Kumo cloud at $2 is your initial upside target. Okay, just FYI for you there. All right. All right. So with that being said, folks, that's all we got for today. You know what it is. Smash that like button. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.